everyone, welcome to the Hedgehog Hollow. Today's 2-minute tip is a viewer requested one. Now the other day I asked you what you would like to see in our videos and our 2-minute tips, and lots of you asked me for proper storage of your sprays. Now how do you store them? What's the correct way to store them? Lots of you know I store mine, all of them standing up apart from a few that have mica in. And so you ask, well, why do I store those laying down? Well, there's a few reasons. So I wanted to go over how to store your sprays. So I have a selection here in front of me. I have my Nuvo mica mist. Now I actually have two sets of these. Because I work with tonic, I have my Nuvo wall, which lots of you have seen. And then I also have a few that I store laying down, but we'll get to that. I have my Distress Oxide sprays. I have my Distress Spray Stains. And then I have a couple of the Dylusions Shimmer sprays and mica mists. Now sprays in general fall into two categories. You have your ink sprays and then you have sprays that contain mica. Now anything that contains mica you're going to want to store laying down, because any spray, and I grabbed these because you can buy these from a Ranger. These are little straws. This is how your sprays are inside of these bottles. They have a straw inside and this is the spraying mechanism. And inside of here, if you were to store your sprays that contain mica, this is how it looks inside of your bottle. Anything that contains mica looks like this in the bottom. And this is how you're going to know if it contains mica. Some of them may tell you on the front. If it says shimmer or glitter or shine, pretty much you're going to be guaranteed it contains mica, but you can also look in the bottle. If you see that when it's stood for a while, it separates, so you have an ink on top, and then you have this stronger pigment piece on the bottom, you can be fairly sure it contains mica. This is mica that's going to go in the bottom. The only exception to that is your Distress Oxide. Your Distress Oxides are going to look the same because you have your dye on the top and your pigment on the bottom. Now I did ask Tim, your Distress Oxide sprays, you are fine to store them standing up just like this. No problem at all. The other way you're going to know is if it contains mica is when you start shaking it. If I shake this one, you can hear it has a silver ball in it. And that is what is moving around in here. And that's because you need to mix the mica with the dye or the ink that's inside of it. So again, when you're going to shake this, you're not going to shake it up and down because that's going to push the mica and a lot of the mica up this little straw. And these straws are really thin. So when you shake a mica spray, you're going to shake it around and around, or you can hit it against your hand. That works too. But always try to shake around and around. And again, you're going to store those mica sprays on their side like this, so that mica, when it settles, is going to settle along the side. Now there's two reasons. Number one is if that mica settled, it's going to settle in the bottom of the straw and it can go hard over time, and then it's going to gum up your straw and you're going to spend more time ungumming this straw that you want to, and you're not going to be able to craft straight away. And sometimes you have to replace these straw pieces and you don't want to do that. The second one is it also gives you a larger surface area for the mica to be against, and it also mixes in much quicker that way. So you have to do less shaking when you start your crafting, which means we can craft quicker. So anything that contains mica, you're going to want to store on its side like this. You could store it on a shelf on its side. You can store them in a drawer. I use a lot of the wider Alex drawers from IKEA. I also have those lovely shelves that Greg made for me too. But either option works really well. Anything else like your Distress Oxide sprays, your Distress Spray Stains, anything that's just a dye-based spray, you can just store upright like this. You're going to be absolutely fine. So that's today's 2-minute tip, is how to properly store your ink sprays. I hope that has answered your questions. If you do have any other questions for our 2-minute tips, we're going to be covering lots of them that you put in the previous comments, but you can always leave in the comments. We read all of your comments. We try to reply to as many as possible too. We love reading your comments, so make sure you leave them below. Thank you so much for joining me today. Don't forget to check out the links in the description, everything I've shown you here. If you need replacement ones of these, I'll link those up too, so they'll be there for you. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell for all of our 2-minute tips, tricks, techniques, all those fun things we have here at Hedgehog Hollow. Also check out our subscription box. We are bringing back that black and white polka dot box, including some exclusive art impression stamps in our April box. We're super excited, and we've opened up that waitlist. Details in the video description as well. Give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed today's 2-minute tip, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Happy stamping, everyone. Bye.